everyone, welcome back to another shop critique. So today I've basically tried to shorten these down. At the end of the day, they're designed to be mini shop critique, something that you can just go in, I can take a look at your shop and we can just quickly get some real slap bang things that we can change in your shop to make it better and to hopefully give you more sales. So I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can. I have redone my little checklist here that I've got, so hopefully it should be under half an hour. That's my goal. So today we are critiquing by Steph Cartwright. Love your name, by the way. And I am so excited for this shop. So excited because I love art prints. I am in love with your shop. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm so excited. Okay, so branding. Your logo do you have a logo? I'm probably thinking that you don't. You've got this here, which is your face, which is lovely, which I assume you've probably drawn yourself. And then you've got this here. I would 1000% revisit your branding. Branding, I like to create like a brand profile. So what I do is that with all the Etsy shops that I've opened up or helped people open up, is that I have picked 2 to 3 colours and 1 to 2 fonts that gives the feel that I want my brand to give, okay? And basically, so I imagine your 2 colours, or your 3 colours would be yellow, blue and white, which I think are beautiful colours, okay? And I want you to make a logo, and I want you to make a logo in a way that if someone saw it, they would know it was you. So use the same fonts, the same colours, everything like that. So definitely make sure that you revisit your branding. Branding is not just about a logo and the colours and all that type of thing. It's about a lot more, but we'll delve into that in a second. But basically, a consistent brand is the foundation. I mean, apart from target market, it is the foundation of your shop. So Steph, if you wouldn't mind just maybe revisiting your branding, you are very talented at graphic design, so this should be a doddle for you. But yeah, just make sure that you give yourself a logo. If you want this to be your logo, incorporate your name somewhere in there, just so you can basically show people what your name is. So if they see this and go, oh yeah, you know, if you pop your name in there somewhere, then they'll know it's you and they know it's your shop. So just a small little note. Your consistency, I'm just going to scroll through. I'm going to find your social medias. Do you have your social media? I can't see your social medias. Okay, so I can't do that bit because I can't find your social medias, but that's absolutely fine. Basically, just make sure that your logo and your branding is consistent across all of the socials that you have. I might be missing it, but I'll scroll through it again in a second. Your shop banner, so pretty, so pretty. My thought about your shop banner is that it is the sign above your door. So pretend you have a physical shop, okay? It's the sign above your door. So, you know, I would make this bigger because at the end of the day, you want your name and your brand to stand out. So make this big, you know, get people to know your brand. I'm not a fan necessarily of putting product pictures in your banner, but definitely make sure it complements your branding and it adds to your brand as a whole. So yeah, target market. Now, I think you have a very good handle on who your target market is. Yeah, I really think that you do. Basically, guys, for those of you who are watching out there that are probably new to my channel or who haven't watched any of my other shop critiques, target market is like your foundation. So it's like building a house. Target market is the foundations in which your brand and your shop and your business is built upon. So you need to know who is it that you're making your products for. Now, why is this important? Well, purely because that when you are talking to customers on social media, when you are making graphics, when you are making products, basically everything, so it's like a tree. The target market is the roots and everything comes off of the roots. So you have to make sure that everything you do in your business is in service of your target market. Now you've got up here home and nursery art, personalised and made to order. Fantastic. So I imagine you're probably making your target market is, you know, primarily children, but let's be honest, it's the parents that buy these. So I would imagine that your target market is mums, maybe new mums, or new parents. That is darling. I love that. I love that. Your target market is mums or dads, but basically new parents, let's say, that maybe are decorating a nursery for the first time. You know, they're painting they're dreaming about their new bundle of joy, and they're wanting to decorate it to inspire the little boy or girl that comes into the world. So fantastic. Just make sure that your brand and everything you do in your business, Steph, is in service of that. So, I mean, this isn't a full shop critique, it's a mini one, but I do go into detail in the full one about, you know, ideas and, you know, how you can find content for your social medias in service of that and all that type of thing. So today, we're just going to touch upon it. Now, I do, if you go, Steph, and you download it's in the description box below, my 30 Days to a Kick Butt Etsy Shop workbook. I do touch upon that just a little bit more, but again, the full shop critiques do go a bit deeper into this. So when it comes to your brand profile, immediately in service of that, make a target market profile. So really think about who it is that your items serve. So if you have social medias, go onto that, see who your followers are, do a bit of low-key stalking. Maybe previous customers that have favoured your items, things like that. Just go into it and see what type of people they are. So your shop title, does it accurately describe what you do? Yes, I think so. I'm not here to tell you, you know, what your title of your shop, your name of your shop rather, should be. That's completely up to you. As long as you keep it consistent with your branding and your target market, and obviously you're marketing it under your name, which is fantastic. If you want to be known as the artist, then that's amazing. And also just looking at your tagline, this is very SEO heavy. So this line here, Etsy calls it your tagline, but in reality, it's the line that describes to Google and the other search engines what your shop is. So you can probably understand now why it's very SEO heavy. Research your keywords. Now again, so you've got your branding profile, your target market profile, and I would 1000% recommend to have keywords. Again, my workbook below, it does go through all of this. So before you even start, now you haven't been on here long, so, and you've already had 2 sales, so that's amazing. So you are doing amazingly. But basically in my workbook, I go through, like, before you even start your shop, you do your target market, your branding, and your keyword profile. So basically I think you might need to just go back quickly and just make these up, and yeah, essentially then you have a good list of keywords. So when I say about the keywords, it's more sort of here. You can change this as many times as you like, but basically make sure that you keyword it. So I'm going to go up to the Etsy search bar, because that is actually an amazing SEO tool. Never underestimate the Etsy search bar. So if I go onto nursery art, you can see it auto populates all of these things here. So try out these different keywords, sort of have a little look, and essentially you want to keyword this little bit here. So you might put nursery artwork, trying to think of other keywords. So you're doing a lot of quotes you've got there, haven't you? Quotes, prints, comma. So I hope you kind of see what quotes, wall art. I hope you kind of see what I mean when I say, you know, you want to really keyword this little bit here. And I do find that when I change this over to my Christmas wording, which I definitely recommend you do, so Easter, Christmas, all that type of thing. If you have products in your shop that cater for those holidays, just make sure that you keyword them as such. So when I change mine and I put Christmas gifts for her or something like that in there, I do genuinely find that more people that buy those types of products come into my shop, purely because I think Google sends them my way, or Bing, or, you know, Yahoo, or whatever search engine they use. So yeah, I hope that gives you sort of a good grounding on your target market. Feel free to put a comment below if you have any more questions. So let me just quickly go through my notes ever so quickly. Right, okay. So we're going to go through your number of items now. Now, is this digital download or is it a print that you send? It's a print that you send. Okay, fantastic. So it's a physical product. I was just going to check because these are a little bit different. So with physical prints, now the competition is real on Etsy when it comes to artwork and prints and things like that. But do not let that put you off. All that means is that there are a lot of people that are searching and buying prints. So guys, if you're listening out there and you're thinking, oh my goodness, I'm in a saturated market, what am I going to do? Don't let it put you off. Trust me, if there are big shops out there that make hundreds and hundreds of sales every week, every month, or even every day. Like seriously, I've been in some shops and my gosh, they make a heck of a lot of sales. But don't ever be put off. The only thing you have to do is think of your USP, which is your unique selling point. What makes you different from all the other shops out there? And I can immediately see what makes Steph different. And it's the fact that she's doing very cutesy artwork. It's almost, what's the word? Almost very kawaii, is that how you say it? Very cutesy, very colourful, very bright. I love these quotes, love these. I'm in love with these too. It's all very much, if you can hear building work going on outside, guys, I'm really, really sorry. The people across the road have decided to cut the tree down, so that's fantastic. So it's very cutesy, very bright. I'm very attracted to your artwork because I love all of this kind of kawaii. I need to know how to say that, I must learn. So going back to my original point, I do tend to waffle on. With your number of products now, when it comes to various gurus and experts out there, they always say, you don't have to have a lot of items in your shop, and as long as you're doing SEO correctly, you should be found, and that's all fine. But at the end of the day, SEO and the way the Etsy search works changes all the time. I would say it at least changes once a month. I tend to do searches and things all the time, and honestly, the way that it is, and they're doing a lot of testing at the minute, but seriously, don't take a person's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Don't take any other, inverted commas, expert's opinion, but make sure that you test it for your shop first. And I can sort of explain to you how you do that. So what you do is that if you hear something and you think, okay, do not, under any circumstance, change any listings that you're getting sales on or a lot of views on. Make sure that you copy that listing. Now you can do that by clicking on the listing in your Etsy shop. You go to the top, I think, right-hand corner. There's 3 dots. You can click copy, or I'm not sure where it would be, just in the Etsy homepage. But essentially, you can copy the listing and you can change things on there. And only change one thing, obviously, because then at least you can see what's actually worked or the change that has worked. So, yeah. My school of thought is we can't all be SEO experts. Let's be honest. We can all do our homework on it. We can all try our best. But at the end of the day, we're shop owners, we're creators. We're not SEO experts. So my opinion is that the more products you have in your shop, the more chance you will be found. And I have found this has worked for my shop, okay? So the minute I hit that sort of I can't remember what the magic number was, to be honest with you, but it was definitely quite a high number. The more listings I added with different keywords, obviously don't use the exact same keywords, in your listings all the time, because you're just going to be competing with yourself, and yeah, I just don't think that works really, really well for getting different type of people into your shop, if that makes sense. But definitely, the more listings that you have with different keywords and different genres and all that type of thing, the more chance that your shop will be found. So in essence, what I do is that once or twice a month, well, probably these days once a month, but the quicker you get with this, because you are still quite new, Steph, so you are still getting used to Etsy and all the quirks and things like that. You will love Etsy, like, trust me, you will love it. But basically what I mean is that you have to go in probably one to 2 days a month, maybe up to 3 days a month, and batch create between 20 to 50 listings. I know that sounds like a lot, but what you've done here is that you've bundled a few. Now, What you can do is that you can sell these separately, which you have, bundle them, do gift sets, anything you can do to make more listings out of the supplies and the pictures in your case that you already have. So you have already been doing this in a sort of way at the moment, but yeah, definitely just package them together. I mean, that is amazing. And see if there's any way you can make more listings out of what you already have, because I'm not saying you have to spend the next month to 3 months of your life just continuously churning things out, because that's not good. But yeah, essentially, the more listings you have, the more chances you are at being found. So Steph, you have 32 products, so definitely make more if you can. I do really recommend it. I think usually I say aim for 100, then aim for 150, aim for 200, and before you know it, you'll just get into the groove of it. You'll get to know, okay, so I've made this clip art now, let's say. I'm going to make now with a pink background, white background, gold background, and then you can make more and more listings, if that makes sense. So I hope that you sort of understood what I meant. But yeah, I say everything with love. Don't ever think that I think your shops are awful, guys, because they're not. They're amazing. This shop is beautiful, but it's just little things that I've found over the years have worked for my shop, and I genuinely don't hear a lot of people talking about. So I'm here to sort of tell you guys what's worked for my shop, but by all means go and test it first. Don't just take my word or anybody else's word for it straight off the bat. So your categories. Now these are also SEO heavy. So where you've got Father's Day, I would change that to like a Father's Day keyword. So Father's Day gifts, for example. Now Father's Day has been and gone now. So, I don't know if you put that in there specifically for that time, but maybe the best thing to do would be to definitely add categories, because people, especially if you're adding more products, again, the more products you have, the more the categories are needed, so people can get to where they want to go in your shop quicker. Because I at one point in my shop I had 1,600 listings in my shop, and my categories weren't very good, and I had to go through and do it because people were just clicking out of my shop. They were just getting overwhelmed. So yeah. So maybe separate them. You're going to have to do some research of your own and really get to grips with what sort of keywords you'd like to rank for. So you've got Father's Day here. Now, if your products are catered to parents, I don't know that would have worked. I mean, let me know. Did that work well for you? Because obviously it's like fathers that are buying gifts for themselves, if that makes sense. But it could be also mothers that are buying gifts for their husbands or their partners or something like that. On behalf of the child, if that makes sense. I'm not quite sure how it works. In my head it makes sense, but so yeah, I would just explore that. Make sure that you keyword your categories and make sure that they are, accurately being used in your shop. So for example, you could put nursery decor or something like that. Then you could put name art print, so you could make a name. So for example, if the little girl's name is called Ruby, you could make a RUBY print, put that in there. Personalized prints where you can put little names in and things like that. So yeah, I would just revisit your categories and think of your shop, your Etsy shop, as, obviously make sure you think of it as a business. You're not just an Etsy shop owner, you're a business owner, okay? So I wouldn't necessarily just think of like your Etsy shop as just being an online shop. Make sure that you're thinking of it as a physical store as well. So also obviously make sure they accurately describe what the items are, yeah. Your pricing. Now you are using psychology pricing, which is fantastic. I like to see that. So $10.95 rather than $10.99. It just, let me rephrase that. $10.95 and $10.99 as opposed to £11. It's been used for so many years now. I'm sure you've all been into a shop, guys, where you've seen something that's £10, but they've put it as $9.99. In your brain, you think, oh, that's a whole pound cheaper, and it's not. It's a penny cheaper. But in our heads, you genuinely do think that, and it does work. Honestly, it really, really does work. You're also using free UK delivery, which is amazing. I have said in my other shop critiques as well that run a sale, and I'll show you why. Goodnight Moon wall art print. If I just do a search, okay, if I just do a search for nursery art print, let's say nursery art print, which is how I would use to describe your item. And SEO is something that we will get onto shortly, but basically I won't go too in depth as it's just a mini shop critique, but definitely make sure that you consult other sources to try and find ways that people would find your product, if that makes sense, because someone that's searching in the UK would probably describe it differently to someone who's searching from Mississippi or Italy or France or anywhere else in the world. Nursery art print, woo, 412,208 results. So with the free UK delivery, if I click that, it gets rid of all the ones that aren't free UK delivery. So you've still got 61,000 results. So we're getting better, but not where I'd like it to be. If I put on sale as well, i.e. it only shows listings with free UK delivery and that is on sale, it then cuts it down to 15,905 results. That's a little bit more doable. So definitely consider it, because if you put it on sale, you'd have this little free UK delivery badge and get a, eligible orders get 15% off, 30% off, or just a straight 10% off sale. You can do however you want to do it, is fine. So, sorry Steph, I just had a question in one of my Facebook groups and I think it needed immediate attention, so I just had to go and sort that out. So, so where was I with the pricing? Yeah, so maybe just sort of explore doing this, because as you can see, it does definitely reduce the results down here. You can do, I can't say that word today, I'm finding it really difficult, legible orders get 30% off, 15% off. So what that is when you put a sale or a coupon on in your shop, it means that if people buy, let's say 2 prints, 3 prints, 4 prints, they get 10% off, 20% off. In that case, you'll still be included in this on the sale search. So yeah. So I hope that sort of give you something, food for thought, let's say. So I'm going to go on to your reviews. Now you've got one review, which is fantastic. What I usually say is, oh, that's amazing. Love that. See, even your reviews are saying perfect baby shower birthday gift. Are you using that in your SEO? Amazing. Right. So with your reviews, as you get, more developed and you get more sales, which you will do, you might get less than 5-star reviews, and that's okay. Guys, if you're watching out there, please don't think that if you get a less than 5-star review, it's a fail on your part, because 9 times out of 10, it's just something that happened. Maybe the customer had a bad day, maybe you did, maybe you just, your head wasn't in it that day. Don't worry about it. Learn from it if it's a bad review or what is, sort of connotated as a bad review. Just make sure that you you think about it, you respond to really bad reviews if you feel like you want to, but make sure you respond in a professional way. I've been into so many Etsy shops where they haven't responded to it in a nice way, and it's just not good business practice. So definitely make sure that you respond if it's a really, the customer's getting really antsy in there. You want to, I think it's only fair that the customer has their say, i.e. in the review, and then you respond and you have your say, because every story, good or bad, has 2 sides. So don't think you shouldn't respond. I know a lot of people out there saying that you shouldn't, but I must say, as a customer, if I see a 1-star review and I see what the shop owner has actually said back, it does make me feel better. So yeah, but fantastic review. I love this, and I love that she's essentially giving you keyword ideas here. Look, so amazing. So make sure that from negative reviews you learn from them. So flip it over. A negative review is a good opportunity to change things up and try new things and get more orders, because you never know. That person may have left a negative review because they felt as if something wasn't quite right, and if you change that, you could get more orders. So don't always see it as a negative, guys. Really, it's okay. You are not a failure. Nothing is wrong with you or your shop because you've got a negative review. Don't take it personally. So, pictures. Now, your pictures are very good. I like how bright they are. I like how consistent they are. My only thought is, I think you should show, it should be a little bit brighter, but I think you should show more personality in your photos, and this is why. If I go onto my search, nursery art print, and I get rid of those, so I'm just a normal shopper, just typing in nursery art print on Etsy. I want to see personality in your shop, okay? So with that, it would be very useful. So like here, for example, it shows me the relative size of the pictures because I can see the chair and the cot and things like that here. These don't personally attract me because I can't tell how big they are just from the photograph. People are quite lazy when it comes to shopping. They just want to be able to just scroll through. I like this because this also shows relative sizes, things like that. Now, Steph, you can use mock-ups. You don't have to go and spend hundreds of pounds getting it photographed professionally. You can use mock-ups, or you can get it photographed professionally, whatever you feel like doing. Like this, for example, I love this because you can see the size of it. People know roughly what size a cot is, and if they can see this, they know, okay, yeah. Also, it does really, build on your brand because you can look at this and think, oh, I can imagine it on my wall. Yeah, I love these, So I hope that sort of makes sense to you. But just to show you what I mean, hang on a minute. This shop here, they've made their own photography style. So when I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh yeah, that's that shop, that's that shop, that's that shop, that's that shop, that's that shop. Do you know what I mean? So if you develop your own personality in your photographs and your own style, rather than just something like this or something like this where it's relatively plain, although it will make a great second or third picture, I think if you inject some personality and some branding flair in your pictures, I think people will click on them a lot more. But by all means, Steph, let me know in the comments below sort of how your traffic is, with the pictures that you have. People can't touchy-feely your products. They can't pick them up and twirl them around and have a look at them. So your pictures has to do that for them. I like this picture though because it does inject some personality. I do like this one. It could do being just a tad brighter, but yeah, I would just sort of explore having some personality in your pictures, especially in the nursery art print. You can see the overall aesthetic is very pastel, very cutesy, which yours is brighter, so yours will definitely catch people's eyes. I just think maybe your pictures need to just have a little bit, so something like this, something with a little bit more personality in it. So I hope that makes sense. Make sure that the background isn't distracting. So like this, for example, my eyes are drawn to the background as opposed to the picture itself. And this as well, like my eyes are drawn to the background as opposed to the picture, which obviously you want people's eyes to be drawn to the picture. Yours are very colourful, so I don't think you'd have that problem. But see here as well, I'm having the same issue. I'm sort of looking at, this, and I'm thinking, oh, I like this, but I'm not sure about it. Do you know what I mean? It's difficult. And also make sure that you're showing what the item actually is. This is difficult with digital art print shops because they show the print in a frame and then people, buy it and think they're getting the print in the frame, and it can be difficult. I've actually had 2 digital shops before, and yeah, if you want to know the story about those, go onto my channel and have a look at the videos. But yeah, I would just make sure that you're accurately showing what it is, but you're showing it in a way that people can go like this, for example. Like, how amazing is that? Have a boat print, a little boat there, things like that. this shows personality and how a potential customer could style it in their own home. So your SEO, now I'm not going to go too in depth because I want to try and keep this, I mean, how long have we been going for? So 29 minutes we've been going for, so I'm going to try and wrap this up relatively soon. But your SEO, now, where you've got here, you are my world earth print. Now, if I type that into the Etsy search, you are my world, I'm just going to copy and paste that. You are my world earth print. So I'm just going to be, pasting that in there because that's what you've put in your SEO. See, you are ranking number 1, but there's only 9 results, and I don't really feel like a lot of people are searching for that exact phrase all the time because there's only 9 results here. So, if I go, you are my world, it might see, no, it's not really populating anything down here. SVG, that doesn't really apply to you. But do you see what I mean? You have to make sure that you are obviously accurately describing what it is, but also imperative is to make sure that you are using keywords and things like that people are using to search for your item. So what your customer said in your review, it would make a fantastic baby shower nursery gift. So you've put nursery decor, baby wall art, that's all fine, but how about putting baby shower gift? Baby shower gift. There you go. You've got all sorts of things down here. Baby shower gift ideas. Amazing little keyword that you can use. Another quick little thing, if you're getting stuck, is to go onto Pinterest. I love Pinterest, and if you're not on Pinterest, you're selling visual products, please get on Pinterest because you will get so much traffic from Pinterest, and on Pinterest the people are primed to buy. So nursery wall art, there we go. So obviously the aesthetic is definitely in your target market range, but magically, as if a beam of light is coming through the clouds, it's a bit dramatic, but all these lovely handy dandy keywords are up here. So look, you've got girl, gender neutral, pink, boy, animals. So gender neutral baby shower gift, that could be a really fantastic long tail keyword you can use. Printable wall art. Now what you could do is sell it as a digital file, great source of passive income, by the way. And animals you could put in there. You've got some animal prints in there. Personalised fox print you've got in there, letter F, nursery print, woodland there. So you haven't got the word animal in there, which, look at Pinterest. This is what people are searching for up here. Printable quotes, you've got quotes, so you should be using that, let's say gender neutral quotes, something like that. I'm not an expert, you're the expert, but 100% make sure that you research your keywords, go onto Google as well, go onto Pinterest, go onto the Etsy search bar. I personally use eRank, which used to be Etsy Rank, and I find that amazing. They do have a free plan. If not, it's £10 a month, but personally I think it's totally and utterly worth it. But I know that you're new and you might want to sort of give things a go yourself first. So yeah, you don't want to be changing your SEO too often. Don't change it sort of every week because it takes at least 30 days for the Etsy gods, if you like, to find your new changed listing and rank it. So don't change your SEO too often, please, please, please. Also, don't change listings that are performing well because you'll then wipe that performance off. Etsy likes something about that listing, so please don't change it too often. Now, that's as in-depth in SEO as I'm going to get today, Steph, but now I'm going to your About section. So your About section is so important. You need to put more in here. I'm just going to bluntly come out and say it. You need to build on this, absolutely 1000%. You need to put pictures in here. Now, I don't mean product pictures, I mean pictures of your workspace, how you store your art supplies, where you draw, maybe even get a family member or a friend to take a picture of you drawing. All of this adds value. It differs you from the big box stores, because at the end of the day, people are coming to Etsy to buy into you and your story. They're going to, you know, let's say, I'm trying to think of someone that sells art prints. Let's say John Lewis, just for argument's sake. They're not going in there because they've bought into the John Lewis story. They're going in there because they just want to buy an art print. Here, they're coming to you because they want to learn about you as an artist, your story, all these types of things. So please, 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 as a priority, really revisit this. You know, I want to know what got you into drawing when you were young, your history with drawing, what your style is like, what your favourite mediums are, all that type of thing. Yeah, so just make sure you put a picture in of your workspace, maybe your family if you want to. Just really get a behind the scenes look if you like. I really feel like that does build a lot of value in your shop. So the last point was socials, but I can't see any social medias on here, so I think I'm going to end it there. I just want you to know, Steph, that your shop is beautiful. You will go far. Just need to tweak a few little things and do some research and things like that. But I really, really hope that helped you. Feel free to put any questions or queries or things below. For the rest of you out there watching, I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.